Hello and welcome. We are still on moment area method. This is example number 11. All right. So we have a cantilever on the board. Is 2 meters long. It is loaded as shown below. All right. So we are asked to calculate the deflection at the free end if the section is rectangular. All right. We have 100 millimeter by 200 millimeter. We're given modulus of elasticity E to be equals to 1.05 times 10 to the power of 7 kilonewton per meter square. All right. So we have two load on the board. We have a point load at the free end A, 0.5 kilonewton, and a uniformly distributed load 1 kilonewton per meter over a span of 1 meter from the free end. All right. So we are asked to calculate the deflection at the free end. All right. So let's solve this question. We have a cantilever beam. All right. We are told that the section is rectangular, and we know that the formula for moment of inertia for a rectangular section is nothing but I equal to BD cube all over 12. Now in this case, our breadth B is equal to 100 millimeter. All right. Now we need our values to be in meter, so let's convert to meter. This is by 1000. This will be equal to 0.1 meter, and our depth is 200 millimeter. So we divide by 1000. This will be equals to 0.2 meters. All right. Now we can find our moment of inertia. But before we do that, we also know that W or UDL, which is W, is equal to 1 kilonewton per meter. 1 kilonewton per meter. All right. And we know that total load W is equals to W multiplied by L. All right. So W will be equal to our W, that is our UDL, is 1 kilonewton, and the length over which it lies is 1 meter. So this is 1 multiplied by 1. All right. So our total load now becomes 1 kilonewton. All right. So basically what we just did is we just converted this uniformly distributed load to a point load. That's basically what we just did from here to here. All right. Now let's calculate the moment of inertia. Moment of inertia, we said earlier, is equal to BD cube all over 12. All right. So now let's substitute. We have I is equal to 0.1 multiplied by 0.2 all to the power of 3 all over 12. Now what will this give us? It will give us 6.666, all right, times 10 to the power of minus 5. So I is equal to 6.666 times 10 to the power of minus 5 meter to the power of 4. This is our moment of inertia. Now, coming back to the question, we are asked to calculate the deflection at the free end. Y subscript A or YA. All right. Now, how do we get the deflection at the free end? The deflection at the free end A will be due to two things. All right. One, it will be due to the point load at A, which is 0.5 kilonewton, and it will be due to the uniform distributed load at a distance A of 1 kilonewton per meter. All right. So if we know the deflection that this point load will cause, and if we also know the deflection that this uniform distributed load will cause, when we sum them, we will get the deflection at point A. All right. So these two loads are basically two different cases. We have considered them in our previous lessons. All right. We have considered a cantilever with a point load at the free end. All right. We have also considered a cantilever with a uniform distributed load at a distance A from the free end. All right. So we are going to go back to those relations we got when we considered these two separate cases. All right. When we considered a cantilever with a point load at the free end, all right, we got the relation to be WL to the power of 3 all over 3 EI. That is when we considered a cantilever with a point load at the free end. When we also considered a cantilever with a uniform distributed load at a distance A from the free end, we got our deflection to be W all over 24 EI into the bracket of 3L to the power of 4 minus 4LA to the power of 3 plus A to the power of what? Of 4. All right. So now basically we are just trying to sum these two equations. When we sum these two equations, we are going to get the deflection at what? At A. All right. It is very, very simple. It is very important to watch our previous lesson to see how we derive these equations, because we are just going to be substituting directly and summing them together. All right. So like I said earlier rather, deflection due to what? 0.5 kilonewton plus deflection due to 1 kilonewton will give you deflection at what? At point A. All right. So now I will substitute the relation so that you can understand better. So YA will be deflection due to W. All right. So this is basically what I'm trying to say. Deflection due to W1, which is the point load, is what? W1 L to the power of 3 all over 3 EI. Deflection due to what? W, which is the uniformly distributed load, is W all over 24 EI into the bracket of 3L to the power of 4 minus 4LA to the power of 3 plus A to the power of what? Of 4. All right. So let's substitute to get our final answer. All right. So YA will be equals to, now W1 is nothing but what? 0.5 kilonewton. All right. So W1 is 0.5 kilonewton. All right. So take note of this. All right. So let's substitute. We have 0.5 kilonewton. Now we are not going to add kilo, that is 10 to the power of 3 here, because E has 10 to the power of 3. So 10 to the power of 3 we cancel out with 10 to the power of 3. Similarly here, 10 to the power of 3 we cancel out with 10 to the power of 3. So we don't need to add kilo. All right. Ordinarily you're supposed to multiply by 1000, but 1000 here we cancel out, so we don't need that. So we have multiplied by what? 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by 2 to the power of 3. This is all over, we have 3 multiplied by E. Our E is nothing but 1.05 times 10 to the power of 7 multiplied by what? 6.666 times 10 to the power of minus 5. So this is what we have. This is plus. All right, everything here is plus. We have our W. W is nothing but what? 1 kilonewton. We also don't need to add kilo here, because kilo from here we cancel out. So this is 1 all over, I have 24. All right, multiplied by 1.05 times 10 to the power of 7 multiplied by 6.666 times 10 to the power of minus 5. All right. So everything here is multiplying the bracket of, everything we have here is multiplying the bracket of 3 multiplied by 2 to the power of 4. This is minus 4 multiplied by what? 2 multiplied by A is what? A is 1 plus A to the power of what? 4, which is what? 1. 1 to the power of 4 is still 1, so let's just leave it as 1. All right. So this is what we have. I have done the complete substitution. All right. So if you just do your basic math, you can press all this in your calculator and you are going to get your final answer, or you break them down bit by bit, whichever way suits you. All right. So let's simplify. All right. Let's simplify. 0.5 times 2 to the power of 3 all over 3 times 1.05 times 10 to the power of 7 times 6.666 times 10 to the power of minus 5. It will give us what? If you press your calculator, it will give us 41 all over what? All over 16798.32. You will get 41 here. That is 0.5 times 2 to the power of 3 will give us what? 41. All right. Now 2 times 1.05 times 10 to the power of 7 times 6.666 times 10 to the power of minus 5 will give us 16798.32. All right. So YA will be equals to 41 all over what? 16798.32. What we have just done is for this. All right. So now let's simplify this. All right. Now 1 multiplied by the bracket of 3 times 2 to the power of 4 minus 4 times 2 times 1 plus 1. All right. Close bracket. all over what? 24 times 1.05 times 10 to the power of 7 times 6.666 times 10 to the power of what? Of minus 5. All right, this will be nothing but what? 4 all over 2099.79. all right, 4 all over 20, all right, 99.79, 2099.79. all right, this is what we have here. All right, so we now take the LCM. All right, the LCM of this and this is the LCM of 16798.32 and 2099.79 is what? 16798.32. all right, so YA, which is our deflection at point A, was equal to 16798.32. all right, now 16798.32 divided by this will give us 1 multiplied by 41 is 41. all right, 16798.32 divided by 2099.79 will give us 8. all right, 8 multiplied by 4 is 32, so we have 32 here. all right, so this is what we have. So we can just sum this. all right, 41 plus 32 divided by 16798.32. it's as simple as that. So it will give us 0. What? 004345. all right, this is equal to, do not forget, this is equal to, so it will give us 0.004345, but it will be in meters, so we need to convert. all right, it will be in meters. So you must have noticed the logic. We convert before solving. all right, we have our unit in millimeters here, our breadth and depth in millimeters, so we convert to meter, we solve, and after solving we convert back to what? To millimeters. So we say YA is equals to, if you do that, you get 0.000, all right, 4345, 0.004345. this is meter, so we'll multiply by 10 to the power of 3 to convert meters to millimeter. So YA will be equals to 4.345 meter. all right, millimeter rather, millimeter. all right, so this is our deflection at what? At point A. all right, it's a simple and straightforward. All you just need to know is the values for, all you just need to know is the relations or the formulas for each of these cases. When we have a point load, what is the maximum deflection? When we have a uniformly distributed load, all right, whether at a distance A from the fixed or the free end, what will be the maximum deflection and the maximum slopes? So these things are just what you need to know in order to solve questions like this. You don't need to go over to begin to prove the relations. all right, we have done that in our previous questions and our previous lessons rather. So you can go back. I would advise you go back and watch them. You will get a proper understanding of everything we did. all right, so thank you for watching, and if you have any question on this, you can leave it at the comment section, or you can message us privately. all right, if you have any questions on this, and also the materials to all of these are available. We have them well structured, well simplified for you. all right, so you can place your order if you need any of them, not only on moment area method, not only on deflection of beam. We have materials on numerous courses: strength of material, machine design, theory of machines, applied electricity, electrical machine, engineering mechanics, and so on and so forth. So just reach out to us if you have any question, be it on engineering. all right, we solved problems on engineering, so just reach out to us, and we'll be ready to help you. Also, if you need private tutoring on any of these courses, you can also reach out to us. We will be very glad to help you. all right, so until I come your way again, next will be example number 12. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.